Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey, break down, stay down, look what I make now. Hit boy, earthquake, boy, it's a shakedown. I done so much work, they think it's fake now. Big fish, every beat is just bait now. Got rich, some switch, they try to hate now. Please, I'm straight, I got a rake now. Need cheese, cash app, Venmo or PayPal. Pumped up to the max, I'm finna break down. Flow water, big trip, boy, this a gray cloud. Highlights, ball is life, my whole take, wow. Big boss, hella chicken, I feel like Rick Ross. Why you going so damn hard? They got me off. These new ain't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. Hit boy, work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step.
It's the only fan-owned franchise here in the NFL. And tens of thousands of those fans have their cheese heads on, and it filled the stands of historic Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go in Week 11. To return this, Marcus Jones. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first down 10 at their own 34-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. And off to Benson to start the drive. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Wilson's got it. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Option play, they give to Benson. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. This one falls incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction, but how well the defense had that one covered.
Murray thrown again on 2nd and 10. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Murray on 3rd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. 45 yards on the punt there. And the Packers will take over possession. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Let's go now.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, here's Love. His first throw is an interception. Jalen Thompson makes the play. And the Cardinals have it as he records his 7th interception of the season.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. We'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Benson. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. He's got it. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Murray, 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, now Love. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. The rookie from Georgia has it. And the Cardinals take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book. Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 now. Oh, my, it's intercepted in the end zone. That's Justin Simmons.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he's short of the 1st after a mile gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Striker, 3-3, ready.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So that brings up second down.
Down. Hut.
Love. Catch is made in close. And he pushes all the way to the goal line, but gonna be out at the 1.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They will not get another play off. We're at the end of 1. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Ready to go with the second quarter. It's the Packers with it inside the red zone.
Ready.
Jacob does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Well, no look on his first look of the game, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
You know, that's one of those situations you want to get your back in space. Well, you accomplish that. Unfortunately, you don't make anything happen because you don't bring the ball in cleanly.
So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Set.
Love out of the shotgun. It's a Green Bay touchdown! So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s when we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers tie this game 7-7. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Return starts at the 3. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35.
At their own 33-yard line.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Taken in by Harrison. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot. Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And the Packers at a 50-B out there for this 3rd down play. Throwing here, Murray. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Benson on 1st and 10. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one. Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Now Murray. Benson's got it. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Not terribly complicated on this one. Just not the third down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20.
You know, I'm sure Coach would prefer he not flirt with disaster on the return. No additional damage is done, however. They're fortunate to get the ball back, and everyone can breathe a little sigh of relief.
Let's go now. Set, cut.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be first down, Packers.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
Come on, set.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Brings up the third down.
Here we go.
Love from the gun. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. The Packers send out their punting unit. And this will come from just inside his end zone. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. No return on that punt. And it'll be Cardinals football.
At their own 43-yard line.
They're out and set. First and 10. Murray. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. So it'll be second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's Kyler to throw. That's complete to Wilson. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by Quay Walker. We're to the 2-minute warning from Lambeau. The Cardinals with a chance to break this tie. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Kyler looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A pickup there of 33 yards. And it'll be first down, Arizona. Back to the air, Murray. He's got Harrison. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They give on second to Benson. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Benson runs it in. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals get some late points and the lead. Trey Benson, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Here we go, set.
1st down throw, here's Love. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted actually, so 2nd down coming up.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Ready?
2nd and 10, Love trying again. Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Ready. Cut.
Thrown on 1st down, Love. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Set, cut.
Love to throw again. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. This one misses the tight end. So now they have 3rd and short.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Down.
Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. So 3rd down becomes much tougher for him as 3rd and 1 becomes 3rd and a much more difficult 6. The penalty makes this a 3rd and 6.
Set, ready.
Here's Love to throw. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Their punter making his way out now. This one strikes down at the 1, and predictably into the end zone it goes for the touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here comes the final play of our 1st half. They'll stick with the ground game here. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go. Set, go.
Shotgun now for Love. That's into the hands of Dobbs. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Handoff running left, Jacobs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down.
Let's go now. Ready.
Play fake, it's Love. Taken in by Pierce. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Love on 3rd and short. Dumps it off to his running back. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They get 6 and a first down as well.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he's able to work this down to the 41.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now.
Here we go. Here we go. Shot. 17. Ready.
Going run again with Jacobs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Drill. 52. Here we go. Set. Ready.
Love now to throw. Completes this one to Kraft. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long.
Ready?
Trying again, following the sack. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Sean Murphy bunting in to pick it off. And the Cardinals get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in, coverage-wise, to every route combination they're trying to throw?
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. That pass complete to Boyd. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Murray here on 1st down. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And oh, someone stepped in, it's intercepted. And Cooper takes it away. And the Packers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Let's go.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they're left with 4th and short.
On the double. Here we go.
Looking to throw. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
They give up the gut to Benson. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent. When you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Benson's got it. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Just one. Second down now, 7 to go. Play action now, Murray. They did it! He made the interception! Quay Walker in to pick it off. And the Packers have some new life in the 4th. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Trying to force one through there. And it's going to be second down. Love out of the shotgun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. But if that defense is flying around and making the play.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Jacobs running behind center. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Reed's got it. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
2nd and 3. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
From the gun on third down. On the move, headed right. And he sails that one over the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Set, ready.
Love looking to pass. And he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers now trail by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. This one doesn't make the landing zone, so this drive's going to start at the 40. And they'll have great field position, Brock, after the unforced error on the kickoff. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Benson now from the gun. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
This reeled in by Benson. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Cardinals first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10, Murray. He's on the move. Boyd hauls it in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Here's 2nd and 5. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He'll throw it. Able to get it to Benson. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, play in the open field. Keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Offense going for it here. 4th and 5. He's back to throw. Oh, no, the ball is loose. Packers pick it up. Well, whether they recover that one or not, either way, they were turning the ball over there. But no doubt, probably stings a little bit extra fumbling it away instead of just being stopped short.
It sure does, because look at the defense. Look at what you just gave them momentum-wise. Not just the ball, but the spirit of those guys knowing, yeah, they not only stuffed you, but they can rip that ball away from you, too.
He's running with it. We'll get out of bounds after a small gain.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Here we go.
Shotgun now for Love. Gets this one to Pierce. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers with a little more work to do to win it here.
Ready, play.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Let's go now. Cut.
First down throw, here's Love. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
52 blaster. Come on, set.
Here he is to throw. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And this one hurts. Had a touchdown in his hands, but he couldn't hold on. Third down coming up.
I just hate that. I just hate to see that. Everything on the play was done so well. Everybody did their job. But you got to finish. You don't get many chances to make that type of play for your team. You got to come through on that touchdown.
Here he is to throw. He's got Pierce. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
5-7-7.
Back to throw. Able to get it to Reed. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Cardinals are going to use the last of their timeouts. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
They stick with Jacobs. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up...
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple.
And they're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. It's a touchdown. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers break that tie and now lead by 7. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone, so the football will come back out to the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Chased out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Setting up to pass. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. Now to throw. He connects downfield on 4. And they'll get him down after he gets into the